Very good morning to all friends. In last session, we have completed the last topic of this chapter 11, that is transportation in animals and plants. So in this session, we are going to revise all the chapters. Okay, revise all the topics from this chapter. So in this chapter, first of all, we have discussed about circulatory system. In this topic 11.1, in this circulatory system, we have gone through blood vessels, heart, and heartbeat. So what is it, and what are the particles included in the blood? Let's see. So first of all, the fluid part of the blood is called plasma. Okay, I have already underlined all the important topics and definitions, so you can just underline it in your textbook also. Okay, so first of all, the fluid part of the body is called plasma. So there must be some solid particles also in the blood. Okay, so what are the particles? First one is red blood cells. One type of cells are the red blood cells, which contain a red pigment called hemoglobin. Okay, you may have listened this hemoglobin many a times. Okay, so in your blood report, okay, if somebody have already blood report, okay, then this hemoglobin must be there in the blood report. Okay, apart from these, red blood cells will be there and white blood cells will be there. So what is white blood cells? The blood also has white blood cells which fight against germs that may enter our body. Okay, simply it works for the immunity system, we can say. Okay, it simply fight and protect us against the germs that may enter our body. Apart from these two cells, platelets must be there. So what is the work for the platelets? Let's see. The clot is formed, okay, whenever if you will have a cut, okay, cut in your body, then a clot will be there, okay, after some times. So the clot is formed because of the presence of another type of cells in the blood called platelets. Okay, so four parts we have seen, okay, different parts. First one is plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Next one is blood vessels. So in this one, we have discussed two types of different vessels, or we can say two blood vessels, that is artery and vein. Let's discuss it on this figure only. Okay. So for this artery, we can say the blood vessel which carry the blood from the heart to another parts of the body. Okay, simply you can observe here that this arrow is given, so it simply means that the blood is being carried from the heart to another part of the body. Okay, and here also this pulmonary artery carry the blood from the heart to the lungs. Okay, so we can say this blood must be rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, so blood that is being carried by the pulmonary artery, okay, from heart to lung, it must be rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, after that one, these lungs send the blood which is rich in which is rich in oxygen. Okay, or simply we can say after enriching. Okay, after enriching in the oxygen, this blood comes to the heart with the help of this pulmonary vein. Okay, and apart from this one, okay, which blood is taken by the artery, okay, which is carried by the artery, okay, from heart to another parts of the body, okay, with the help of these capillaries. These capillaries are the thin tubes only. Okay, so after reaching to the tissues, okay, after reaching the tissues, this artery is divided into thin tubes. Okay, in thin tubes, okay, that is called capillaries. Okay, and after completing the that motion, okay, or simply that circulation, these capillaries again form a vein which carry the blood to the heart. Okay, so this is the circulation system, okay, or circulatory system, we can say. So if you are clear with this, then working of heart will be very easy to you. Okay, So in this circulatory system, we have discussed about, blood vessels, we have discussed about arteries, veins, and capillaries. Okay. Next one is heart. In heart, okay, let's go with the figure only. Okay, so first of all, with the help of this vein, okay, here in this right atrium, blood will come, okay, which is rich in carbon dioxide, which will be rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, here you can say the blood which is given in the blue part, okay, in the blue color is rich in carbon dioxide, while the blood which is in red color is rich in oxygen simply. Okay, so in the right atrium, first of all, the blood will come, okay, from the vein, okay, and it will be rich in carbon dioxide. From the right atrium, it will go to the right ventricle. Okay, from the right ventricle, with the help of this pulmonary artery, with the help of this pulmonary artery, it will go to the lungs. Okay, these things, this process we have discussed in the last figure. Okay, or the circulatory system of the body. From the lungs, okay, from lungs, the blood enriched in oxygen will come with the help of this pulmonary vein. Here you are given the pulmonary vein. So at the left atrium. And with the help of this pulmonary vein, the blood which is rich in oxygen will come to the heart. Okay, from where? From lungs to the heart. And this blood will come to the left atrium only. Okay. After completing the left atrium, it will go to the left ventricle. And from left ventricle, it will again go to the okay, an artery. Okay, with the help of this artery, it will go to another parts. Okay, from this aorta. Here you again aorta. From this aorta and artery, it will go to another parts. Okay, another parts of the body and mainly in tissues. So this is the working of heart. Next one is heartbeat. It is very easiest topic. Okay, so you can just simply revise it by just reading also. Yes, next one is excretion system. Okay, simply excretion in animals. So here you are given the definition for the excretion and excretory system. So let's read it. The process of removal of waste produced in the cells of the living organisms is called excretion. Simply, we don't need any type of waste in our body. Okay, that's why we just have to remove the waste from our body, and this is the process excretion simply. Okay, the removal of the waste produced in the cells of living organisms. And the parts involved in excretions forms the excretory system. Okay, which type of parts? Kidney, urethra, okay, ureter. See, kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, and urinary opening. Okay, so we'll discuss this figure also. Okay, so this will form a excretory system. So first of all, in this excretory system, you are given some main topics. Okay, these are the important. A mechanism to filter the blood is required. This is done by the blood capillaries in the kidney. Okay, so in this kidney, with the help of this blood capillaries, okay, we have already studied about capillaries. So with the help of capillaries, this blood is being filtered, okay, in the kidney. And what is the next part? The waste dissolved in the water are removed by as urine. Okay, from the kidneys, the urine goes into the urinary bladder through ureter. Must be there. Yes, tube-like ureters. Okay, so from this kidney, whatever the waste is there, okay, in the kidney after the filtration, it will go to the urinary bladder, by which by thin tubes like ureter. Okay, here you are given some thin tubes, that is ureter only. Okay, and after the urinary bladder, it is stored in the bladder and is passed out through the urinary opening at the end of a muscular tube called urethra. Okay, so from this urethra, okay, it will go to the urinary opening and it will be removed from the body. Okay, so that's the process simply. Okay, it is divided into four different steps. Simply we can say. First of all, you just have to write something about the kidney. From kidney, this urine goes to the urinary bladder. Okay, by these thin tubes called ureters. Okay, ureter, and from this urinary bladder, it will go to the urinary opening after the urethra. Urethra. Okay, muscular tube called urethra. And what about the urine? Okay, you have given some more details about the urine that an adult human being normally passes about 1.8 liter of urine in 24 hours. The urine consists of 95% water, 2.5% urea, and 2.5% of other waste products. Okay, so that was the excretory system, we can say. Next one is transport of substances in plants. So simply just pay attention to this figure of the tree. So plants absorb water and minerals by the roots. Okay, so in this figure A, figure 11.7a, you are given some roots. Okay, and with the help of this root air, this plant absorb the water and minerals. Okay, and it will go to the xylem vessels, and it will send to the different leaves, because these leaves make some food for the plants. Okay, so what about the other parts which don't make any food for the plants? Okay, so this leaf only, okay, this leaf we can say it works like a kitchen only. Okay, so from this kitchen, okay, so from these leaves, this food is being transported to other parts of the plants only. See, the vessels are made up of special cells forming the vascular tissue. A tissue is a group of cells that perform specialized function in an organism. The vascular tissue for the transport of water and nutrition in the plant is called the xylem. Okay, so simply whatever the tissue which is transporting the water and minerals, okay, in the plants is known as xylem only. The food has to be transported to all parts of the plant. This is done by the vascular tissue called the phloem. Okay, so whatever this process, okay, you are given with the blue arrow. Okay, simply we can say from the root hair or root to the leaves is being formed by xylem, whereas the food made by the leaves, okay, prepared by the leaves, it will go to the other parts of the plants, and it will transported with the help of this phloem. Okay, and this transpiration is also an easy topic, I can say. Okay, so you can just read it easily. Okay, so that's it for today. We have already completed all the topics with revision. Okay, for this chapter 11, that is transportation in animals and plants. Thank you very much, and have a nice day to all of you.